Happy New Year's already. Today I'm doing my portfolio weekly review. This is where I go over all my trades for the week. And this week I did a lot of day trading on Tesla that I'm sure people will be interested in seeing. And then I'm also going to talk about my performance for the last year and a half since I've been at Interactive Brokers, what my goals going forward are, like what I'm hoping to make next year, including increasing my dividend income. So let's go ahead and jump right on into this. So first off, I just want to start with a quote here. If your trades only make money when you're right, you're playing a sport without defense. It's just something to think about. Are the trades you're making really aggressive and you need an immediate move, or are you playing a safer deltas where you go to bed at night, not watch it, wake up in the morning with a little bit more money from the theta? So just something to think about is how aggressive are you being? Like, do you actually have to monitor your stuff, or are you being passive? Uh, First off, here are the daily close snapshots, and you can see Friday's to be determined because I'm recording this midday Friday. At the time of this video, I was up about $100, but it's been swinging between negative 500 and plus 500. We'll see what happens at the end of the day. Maybe there'll be a sell-off at the end. Who knows? Progress report overview. For this week, my account's showing 179,000 right now, so I'm going to put that in tentatively, and I'll update this chart when I see what the close is. But at the time of this video, that's what my account's showing, so that's what I'm showing. You can see overall down $500, although I did realize about $2,400 this week in quick day trades. Monthly realized premium income. So December looks like we're closing out with a really good month, $10,000 from just options alone. That's excluding any gains from stocks or anything like that. For the year, that's $50,000, and napkin math says about 12K of that has to go to the tax man. I do have a job, so all this money is to be taxed at the 24% bracket, so about $12,000. I'll probably end up having to pay like $10,000. I do zero exemptions for my main job, which put some money towards this already. But basically, I'm getting ready to check about $10,000, maybe $12,000 to Uncle Sam come March, or as soon as I can put in my trades in TurboTax. Still, that's pretty cool if you think about it. I've been doing options since April of 2020, and between that, like $86,000, just doing basically what amounts to a hobby, because trading options is just a hobby to me. It's just fun. uh, this week's trades, I started off Monday by closing down a couple positions that were at healthy profits, so not much to talk about there. Nice little gains. I did put on that Snow Bull position, and that's what's dragging my portfolio down this week. I think it's down about 1,500 right now. Then I was getting fancy and started trying to day trade on Tesla, and I gotta say I was pretty successful. It's like being rewarded for bad behavior. It's kind of fun. It feels like gambling. Been right so far. Uh, Luckily, I go back to work next week, so I don't have to worry about losing everything trying to day trade, because I can't do that when I'm at work. So, uh, my day trading experience with Tesla pretty good this week. For the realized total, 2484 for the week, and some of these trades, like if you're looking at these, the ones where you see like a +2 here, these are the ones where I was doing like a zebra, either a bullish or a bearish, depending on the signals I saw in the charts. But I was playing with fire here. It's not my typical type of trading, although it was really positive this week. I don't think that's something that's sustainable long term. It's okay to experiment with other strategies. Just stick to strategies that have a limit to how much you can lose while you're doing it. So, like the zebras, we know have defined losses if they go against you, and I would always have a stop limit order in place to get out if it really went wrong with me, so I wasn't losing everything on one play. Even these Tesla puts here, when I put these on, I did put on a sell to close, or sorry, a stop loss order to fill if Tesla went against me, just because it's a different type of trading that I'm not used to. So even though this says 1080, which would be $808,000 at play here, I would have a stop loss order set so that my max loss was $1,000 if Tesla did go against me, which Tesla can move a lot, which is why I was choosing this one to play off of. I thought I saw some patterns I could take advantage of, but I wasn't too crazy, like, because I did have limit orders in to protect the downside if I'm wrong. But at the same time, this is a different type of strategy that I was trying out, and I mean, it worked. I guess the horseshoes are still working for me. Realized total for the week 2484. That's pretty nice. Current positions. You can take a look at this. So here's that snow play that I put on. That's down 1607. The DocuSign. This at one point was up 1500. Now it's down to only being up 370. So that's about where $1,200 of the losses come from in my net account value, which is why I'm down overall for the week, even though I made on all those new trades from Tesla that got me about 2K. There's these two positions here, these two zebras going against me this week. I think they'll both be profitable in the end. Just gotta weather the storm right now. What else we have going on? For January, I think we're gonna have a healthy month coming up. So on the right column here is the days left of my expirations for my contracts. And you can see a lot of these positions are green already. Virgin Galactic, I'll probably end up having to roll this one at the rate we're going now. It's sitting around $15, so it's in the money. I do have 4 contracts on, but I'm just going to keep rolling this position if I need to. I can tell you right now, January, whether or not January is positive or negative, is going to come down to these zebra plays, which is kind of concerning when you think about it. Like 2 positions dictating if I'm going to be having a successful month. Not really the best situation that I want to be in, or ideal situation. But I think we'll be fine overall. Okay, moving on. So year review. So year to date, my net account value was up 45%, and this is your return plus deposits throughout the year, which that's pretty awesome. Month to date, I've done no deposits this week, so this is actually your actual return here. For this month, I'm up 11,000 or almost 7% here, which is a great December. Since most people like to see the percent returns, here's the year-to-date return, which somehow accommodates your contribution. So up 26% on the year. At one point, I was up 50%, but this shows you we're having a strong bias position with bad position sizing can really mess you up. This is where Alibaba and Wish really hurt me, and like those are like legit losses. Back here, this was when volatility exploded when I was short a lot of options, and nothing really changed for my account value. You just had to wait for the expirations to come up and theta to eat back those losses. So this dip, not concerned at all, but this decline here was just from 2 positions, right? It was just oversized essentially. So that's why we always say spread your risk out, and you can avoid this giant fall. So could have had 50% return for the year, but instead I'll have to sell it for 26%. Down here is my stats from since I've opened up Interactive Brokers, and that's from July of 2020. So overall, up 66% for cumulative return, which is pretty cool. Allocation by instrument, I thought this was neat because it shows you just how I'm mostly sitting in cash positions this whole time. And over here, you can see like the net account value, how it's changed since July 2020 of 91,000 to 180. And it's also kind of crazy to think about. When I first started trading options, my account size was only 64,000, and now a year and a half later, it's at 180,000. Like that's just awesome. So really, options have been game changing for me. Dividends. So this year, you can see my dividends look like. I've been adding a new C. I added a couple of other ETFs as well. So my dividends should go up. But here's a monthly from 2020 and 2021 of all the dividends I have. Back here is when I sold a lot of positions that had dividends, and I went to like mostly a cash account. So that's where you see that dip come in, and then there's only MFA. My account goals for next year is to reach $217,000. Basically, what this is estimating is a 1% return a month, which I think is very conservative and easily doable with options. And 1% a month, you start getting some of that compounding growth, so it actually becomes 15% for the year. So that's where I get that $26,000 from. And then I want to deposit at least $1,000 a month as well. And basically, that means I expect my account to be up $38,000 next year at this point, with a conservative 1% return a month. If I was to get 2% return a month, which is what I did this year essentially, then my account value should be about $238,000, which would be amazing. So ideally, my account value will be between 217 and 238. If it's more, great. If it's less, that's okay too. I mean, these are just very soft goals. Like, I would love to see these, but I'm not glued to these ones. You know, they're not set in stone. It's not a failure year if I don't reach those. Some other things I'm going to do is increase my passive income and other income sources. So, first off, 2021, I received $1,700 in dividends. Right now, I'm slated to receive $6,200. I want to try to get to about $8,000, which would be about $660 a month, which would be, that's a healthy income. That's a car payment. And to get to that, ideally, I'll have to add more positions through dividend reinvestment. Remember, I'm using DRIP. And pick up 213 shares of JEPI, 632 of QILD, 45. Like, these are very soft goals. I know you're watching this and like, Thumper, you already have all that cash in there. Just buy the shares and you already made your goal. Like, yeah, I could do that, but I'm just going to try to DCA in, figure out how many I want to buy a month on top of whatever the drip is. So I got to do some more calculations of how I want to approach this one. And by the end of 2022, this could be my yearly dividend income, which would be pretty cool. Other thing is YouTube monetization. I'm only like 600 hours short of being monetized in YouTube, so I can get that Google AdSense money. So when you watch those ads, I start making some money. And honestly, I don't know if that's gonna bring in like $3 a month or $200 a month. I really don't know, but hopefully by February I'll be monetized, which is just kind of neat. Ko-fi from the tips. Thank you guys. I appreciate that a lot. I received about $120 in tips from Ko-fi, mostly from people finding that spreadsheet and wanting to tip me for that. So that's very thoughtful, and I mean, thank you guys. And then the other income I made from this YouTube saga was the Amazon affiliate link. I received one purchase order through that and collected $200.50 in commissions. Another thing is I found a side hustle. Basically, a friend works for another company, like moonlighting. It's like $25 an hour. And I worked for there one time to collect a little extra Christmas money. And going forward, maybe I'll moonlight there some more to make some more income to put into here. But it's only $25 an hour, which makes me bring up the question, like, how much is your time worth? When I see $25 now, like, I'm not that excited to see that. Like, I value my free time more than that, but at least this work is interesting. It's basically like being paid to work out in my mind, so I'll probably do it a little bit. I think my friend made like $16,000 moonlighting using it, so it could be a nice source of income, although I don't think I'll put that much time into it. But just something to think about is, how much do you value your time? Like, I see $25 an hour, I'm like, well, I'd rather go play a video game, $30 an hour, okay, maybe. So just something to think about. Time is your most precious commodity. You don't know how much of it you have, and it is finite. So how much do you value that? And that'll help you determine what you should be doing. I hope you guys had a good year. Let me know if you hit your goals and what your goals are going forward, because I'd love to read the comments and see that. Have a good year, everybody.